We sat in St James's till 2 o'clock. It wasn't warm, but we were out of the wind. Then Ginger said, "I'm going to drive round Trafalgar Square for a bit. Coming?" I nodded. "If it's okay with you. It's time I had a go at getting some dosh by myself, but I'd feel better if you're somewhere around." He nodded. "Fair enough. Tell you what, you try outside the National Gallery. It's not exactly the height of the tourist season, but there are always people about, and you can see into the square from the steps." We walked back along Piccadilly, down the Haymarket and along Pall Mall. The gallery wasn't fantastically busy, but there was a steady trickle of people going in and out. Some were sitting on the steps in spite of the cold. Ginger left me there. I watched him merge with the crowd, then turned my attention to the business of the day. It was hard at first, really hard. I stood, watching people pass, trying to spot a likely punter. God knows what I was looking for. A kind face, I suppose, or at least someone who didn't look as though he'd swear or punch me in the mouth. It was futile, of course. You can't read people's characters in their faces. You never know what a punter's reaction is going to be, but I didn't know that then. Finally, I steeled myself and asked a guy at random. He growled, "Not a chance," and bounded up the steps, taking them 2 at a time. I wasted the next 5 minutes feeling hurt. Rejected, I'd asked myself how it was possible for a person to be sensitive to the beauty of fine art and at the same time insensitive to the feelings of a fellow creature. I took it personally, which is fatal. After a while I realised this and began choosing guys and women at random, expecting nothing, telling them to have a nice day whether they gave or refused. I blunted the point of my own sensitivity in the flinty soil of their indifference till I too became indifferent, and after that it was easier. I worked till the gallery closed, standing sometimes sitting on the steps. My feet became numb and I was half frozen, but I stuck at it, and when the place closed at dusk and the punters drifted away, I counted up and found I'd collected just under £4. I stumped across the square and found Ginger slumped on a bench. He looked up as I approached. "How'd it go?" I shrugged. £3.81. You? £2.44, and I'm frozen to the bone. Let's eat. We got pizza slices and Coke. When Ginger wasn't looking, I bought 20 fags and a cheapo lighter and gave them to him. He said, "You're balmy, kiddo. You don't even smoke." I was just glad of his company, but I didn't say so.